Hi, scholars. I'm so thankful for you. I'm so thankful for you and all your learning that you're doing. You're communicating with me and talking and showing empathy to those around you. I'm so thankful for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you get to enjoy the sunshine. Teacher is here doing a short video of some teaching on writing conclusions. So, a little bit about this teaching, scholars, is we've talked about and wrote conclusions in class for our writing. And so I was trying to make this video about strengthening some of our writing skills and strengthening our conclusions. Okay, so we know what they are, kind of what they do, what they sound, what they kind of sound like, and how they, where they go in the story. They go at the end um, of a story or a piece of writing for conclusion. Okay, for the final thoughts in a piece of writing. So we have that knowledge, and so I just want to build on it and show you some techniques that are taught out there to help people become better writers. And I want to do a little start off question to kind of lead into the ideas I want to share with you, awesome scholars, today on this topic. Okay, so the start off question is, why is it important to have a conclusion in your writing? Okay, this is something just to get you thinking, and then I kind of want to go somewhere with this idea. So I'm going to ask the question again, and we'll do silent think time, okay? Why is it important to have a conclusion in your writing? Go ahead. I'll be right back. I want you to think about that, okay? I'll be right back. All right. So, what comes to mind for you? I want you to pay attention to what comes to mind for you, how you are connecting with this teaching. So, why are conclusions important? Are they just something that makes the writing longer? Do they do they add to the meaning of the writing in any way? Or are they just there to, I don't know, make people laugh? Or are they just there to have a certain order or some kind of certain format for this is the right way you write a paper? Is that what they are there for? Hmm. Hmm. Well, if you think about that word, scholars, conclusion, there's also another word very similar to that word, and it's the word conclude. It has to do with closure and bringing closure. One important thing about communication, scholars, whether it's writing or talking, is the idea of sending and receiving, and the idea of having things like bringing a closure to what you're going to say. Why our human brains work like that, I don't know, but it makes communication powerful when you are communicating, whether it's writing or talking, and you are able to do things like bring closure to, or add meaning, or add reasons or points to something, an idea you want to express or communicate. So, leading into this teaching, this talking about writing conclusions, I want you to know that they are important and they can make a profound, amazing difference in your writing. If you happen to, some of you, lots of you are book readers, and maybe even movie watchers, because those are writing too. People have to write the scripts to the movies. The ending part of your story, your favorite story, or your favorite movie, or even your favorite cartoon show, it leaves you thinking with something. It either leaves you excited that there was a problem that got solved and now you know what happened, or it leaves you thinking like, oh, that had a really good meaning. Now I learned, or now I'm thinking about how to show forgiveness, or how to be kind, or it's important to help people. You get left with some kind of idea or meaning. So the conclusion is a really powerful piece to our writing, and I want to help to strengthen our writing skills here in this area, scholars. There are some techniques that are out there that people use, and there's a lot. I want to show you 3 today, okay? That you can use, you can practice, just practice, play around with these to see, because this video, I don't have enough time to really share with you how I really feel about writing and about how awesome it is. Our world has become what it is today because people wrote letters and they wrote laws and they wrote inventions and ideas. And it's really cool. It's really powerful to have these skills in writing where you can convince people, or you can show or express powerful meaning. And so conclusions help to really add to the meaning of our writing, and they help to add purpose, and really express our points, main ideas that we're communicating in our writing. So, okay, I know, enough. I had to say it, okay? It's just so cool to me. So let's get to the board. I want to show you 3 techniques that are out there, scholars, and have fun. Practice, play around with these, okay? One of them will fit your personality more than the others, and I really encourage you to have at it. I'll tell you, you guys know this. You know this about me, but I'm going to tell you my favorite one, and hold on, sorry. Technical difficulties. Okay, I'll tell you my favorite one and the one I really love the most. Sorry, I gotta get my angle right. Okay, so there's 3, right? So there's one where you can, okay, see if my pen's gonna write today. There's one where you can restate. This is a powerful form of communication. If you say something once, people are like, okay, yeah, I heard you. Say something again, okay. You say something a couple more times, people are like, okay, whatever that person is saying or writing or communicating, it must have some meaning. It must be important, so I'm gonna listen. That's an art of communication, scholars. If you repeat yourself or you restate something, it's a powerful skill in communicating. People understand, it clicks to them that, okay, this has meaning, this is important. I'm going to listen. I'm going to actually think about this. So if you want to use that strategy when you're writing, especially when you're writing conclusions, you can restate the points that you mentioned at the beginning of your writing, in your introduction, or in your body paragraphs. You can restate points. Okay, an example of this could be like, okay, you're writing a essay or a paper on the topic of your first day of school. And you begin to introduce this lovely topic, and you're going to start, talking about the memories you had on your first day of school. Let's say, you met a new friend, you met an awesome teacher, you loved your teacher, and you had a really good recess. Okay, so you touch on those points as you introduce them, and then in the middle paragraph, you have your details where you're actually describing those events, and then in your conclusion, to really express your meaning behind all of this, and to express that you really wanted to make this point about your first day of school. You can restate those ideas and events that you listed. You can say, so in conclusion, that friend that I met and that teacher and that recess was amazing. And I think it was the best day of my life. So you connect. Part of your conclusion is you stay connected to what you started out talking about, but you add some meaning to it, and you express in some way the point. What was your point behind saying all of that? And why is that point important? What's the, if you could restate in one sentence what all that means to you, and what someone else, the reader, can take away from that. What is it? So that's kind of like the idea of your conclusion. So you can, restating what you talked about, some of maybe the three main points: your friend that you met, your teacher, in this sense for our example, and your recess. You restate those. They were awesome. I think this was the best day of my life. Or I couldn't have had a better first day of school. Okay. So then that reader knows you still have that writing flow. You're connected to what you were talking about in the beginning of your writing, and you just kind of leave them out. You leave your final thoughts with this. This is what meant the most to me. This is why, and here's how I feel after experiencing all of that. So restating the points, your main points in your writing, is a very powerful skill for writing conclusion, scholars. Okay, moving on to number 2. Number 2, I said I was going to tell you guys my favorite one, and I'm not there yet. Number 2, this is one that you can use. What is number 2? It is, so number 3 is my favorite, so I had that one in mind first. I think number 2 was, look to the future. I'm calling it this, but I'll explain. Okay, writing's kind of sloppy today, guys. Look to the future. Okay, so this idea of look to the future. So same topic. Let's take that same topic, for example. Favorite day of school, you had an awesome recess, an awesome teacher, and you met a cool friend, whatever the case may be. Looking to the future is a strategy in writing to where you stay connected to those points, but you kind of look beyond. Okay, like what's going to happen next? Like, I wonder what tomorrow at school is going to be like. I wonder what next week at school is going to be like. I wonder if I'm going to meet another friend. I really enjoyed my day. I wonder if my teacher is going to be even cooler than what she was on the first day of school. So it's this idea of kind of looking into the future, kind of throwing out some thoughts to think about. You're kind of like expanding your talk or your writing, looking into or thinking about what could happen next or what could happen in the future. And that's a really powerful. I think one reason why, I don't know all of it, but because there's so much art and science behind writing and what it does for our minds, scholars, and how it's a powerful communication tool. But I think that one reason, in my own experience, why looking into the future is a powerful strategy for writing conclusions is because it makes people think about what you said. So now your reader is going to be like, I wonder too, what's if this happened, all the points you said, you had a cool friend, you had an awesome teacher, you had a nice recess. What's going to happen next? People want to know. Remember I talked to you about people and culture? People are interesting. They want to know what's going to happen next. Okay, there's so much ideas you can use your creativity. I can just see you doing it now, scholars. Okay, here we are, number 3, running out of time. Let me go in. This one's my favorite, just because teacher's something else. This one's my favorite, scholars. Aha! Speaking of making people think, you can, and I encourage you, play around with this, scholars. Have fun. You can end out with a question. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough time. This is hilarious because I remember some of the papers I wrote and some of the feedback I got from my college professors, my college teachers saying, I'm going to go and I'm going to do some research on that. Just hilarious stuff, scholars. But leaving with a question. Let's take our same topic. First day at school, you had a good teacher. You met a new friend. You had an awesome recess. You end with a question. If this is how, and I'm just throwing out ideas, but any kind of question, again, you stay connected to your same topic, so you have that flow, but you end with some kind of powerful meaning that's connected to that same topic, making your reader think and making your reader, again, kind of absorb more meaning and more purpose of what you're saying and why you're saying it. So you end with a question. If this is how the first day of school went, I wonder how people's first day of school went. in any kind of question just to make the readers think. So again, these are some strategies you want to strengthen and keep growing in your writing, scholars, and just be creative and be awesome. I believe you can change the world. I heart you. Have a wonderful night.